the spot their platform for the jump start.
There
But
we go.
we're on our own channel now, Bleachers to Speakers. And Foster, I just want to say first off, thank you for helping me do something I want to do. A lot of times in life, we do what we can do, and you have helped me do something that I want to do, and I thank you.
Hey man, I couldn't have done it. You discovered and found all this stuff. I was sitting at home on the couch doing nothing, like they say on the on the ICDC couch or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Same guy.
You proposed the idea of that's an ironic word to use with the anniversary, but
we get it. We're in a safe place.
But you presented the opportunity to do a podcast, and we had done stuff like that previously, just on a like kind of freelance, on the other channel that we had, and so I didn't necessarily know where it was going or what would come of it, but in just a short period of time, we've had an opportunity to come across a lot of great individuals and created a lot of opportunities, and at the same time got to enjoy our team and really dive into the details of our teams that I would not have had I not had to present on it day by day, week by week. I probably wouldn't have looked that much into it, but here we are, still at it. Remember we started to start our shows and say we're still here. We're still here. We stopped saying that. That's understood. Y'all know we'll be back.
Yeah, the first couple episodes, like, yeah, well, we're still here and we're still here. And the crazy thing about it is, me and you, we talk sports all day, like through the chats and stuff like that. We literally talk. And I was thinking, man, because at first, for the people that don't know, me and Foster was doing battle rap blogging, primarily here in NBR, but we would blog on the main state, Michigan battle rap. But we blog on all of battle rap, right? And I was like, man, we want to do something different. Let's try some sports, man, because we talk sports all day. And we were all set to go. And I ran across a podcast, a Pistons podcast, and from I think it was John.
Was it
rest
John?
in peace. He had a Pistons podcast, and I was watching it, and I was like, now putting myself in their shoes, like, I would do this better. I would do this different. I would present it this way. And then I contacted the people at Motor City Metrics and said, hey, do you have room for another show? We do. I see you have a Pistons show. Would you like a Lions show? And he said, we wanted both. And we did the pilot a year ago today. And we're here. We're still here. We're still here. And it's not about being viral at the moment, but we actually enjoy what we're doing. We hope to get there one day, but we actually enjoy it, even with the dismal Pistons season last year. We still got a lot of support from the listeners, and we still did the show every week without no hesitation. And that was probably like the longest basketball season I've ever endured as a fan. However, we're here. And then the Lions, fortunately, had a good season, and probably the best season they've had in 30 years. And it was like, that was a magical season from a podcasting standpoint. You have two fans that's been here for the franchise for I don't know how long, and then they finally turned around the first year we started blogging on it.
They had started turning around the year before, but
well, yeah. But I mean, let's not forget the year before when they won 8 out of the last 10 and
Finished over 500.
Finished over 500 and could have made the playoffs with a couple of breaks. But that 1-6 start kind of doomed the team. But then forward to the following year, I remember the first episode where we did the initial reaction for Kansas City. I was hyped. That game had me hyped. I think that show and the first playoff game win, those two were my most memorable shows out of all last year for Bleachers to Speakers. So that first game versus Kansas City, I was hyped, and the playoff win, I was hyped. So
the preseason was kind of whack, wasn't it?
it was like it was just, I think because of the anticipation, we wanted the season to get started. And speaking
I say whack because I feel like we didn't perform. I mean, granted, small sample size of your actual starters, but sometimes I don't know. I don't know. We just didn't look good in the preseason from what I recall. So that was kind of like how's it gonna go?
But see, that's the thing though, is like I've been around a while and I've seen the Lions look great in preseason.
They went 4-0 the year they lost all the games.
And then kaboom, season starts and it's a mess. I've seen when they had bad preseason games and turned out to be pretty good. So it's more or less for me just I don't gauge it off preseason anymore.
No, you shouldn't. You definitely should not.
Like, there's a preseason game tonight. Check it out. I think starts at 8, I believe. So we got to be out of here by 8, Foster, for sure.
Yeah. That is doable.
Yeah, we got to be out of here by 8. Probably be out of here by 7:30, 7:45, something like that. But we just wanted to get on and show our appreciation and do a quick show. There's no central focus for today. We talk Pistons basketball. We talk Detroit Lions football. Probably lean a little bit more on the football side because today is preseason day. And it's crazy how ironic our first year anniversary is on opening preseason day. So for the NFL season. So I think this show was necessary for us to get on here today. Foster, like I said, I appreciate you. I know you're a busy man. And I had to work. I got off work kind of late. It's beginning of the month, first of the month, I got a bunch of stuff to do. So, but I'm here. I'm off tomorrow though. So
got all of tomorrow off?
I got all of tomorrow off. I have an appointment, so I just took the whole day off. And so, but what do you? I read something today, right, about the Lions.
Okay.
They said, I read a clip, short article. And it wasn't a short article; it was a post, and it said how J-Mo schooled Rakeshaw on a play.
Initially.
And then the next play, Rakeshaw slammed him. And it was like, football is back. Like that's how it's going in those practices. And I read something the other day that, it's basically for the Lions practices, like under Campbell has always been, they practice rough.
Black and blue.
They practice rough. They call it high risk, high reward type of practices where they got those pads on and they're hitting. So it's good to hear about. I don't expect much out of the preseason when it comes to us playing though. I don't think we'll see Gibbs. Maybe see J-Mo early. May see St. Brown early, but I think
I really don't want to see guys like St. Brown. Like,
no, I don't have to.
Golf, no.
I do not have to see any of our starters on offense. Don't have to see.
I want to see Fountain. I want to see Green.
I want to see Antoine Green.
I want to see Vaki.
Yes.
I want to see Rackstraw. I want to see Robertson.
You may not see him though.
You don't think of Meek Robertson?
You may not see much.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, not much. Not much. You probably see more Rackstraw than Robertson. Rackstraw, and it's the Menace. That's his nickname, coined by somebody else. I wish I thought of that, but I think he had another interception today. He didn't, mind you, he didn't have a single interception in his senior year. Yeah. Not that interceptions in practice mean much because it probably was on Nate. I'm pretty sure it was on Nate Sudfeld. It was today. It was on Nate Sudfeld. I want to see Hendon Hooker. That's who I want to see.
I'm glad you brought that up. I read something the other day, and the title of the article was there might be a quarterback issue in Detroit.
Well, okay.
So, of course, I dove into it, and I said I was going to read it. But it's not a bad issue. It's from a competition standpoint. Because they said Sudfeld is looking really, really good at the second string spot. And that particular day, Hendon Hooker had a bad day. But Sudfeld had been so steady the entire way. And Hendon Hooker has had some good days and he's had some bad days from my understanding. But they say the good days look so much better than what Sudfeld has shown, but Sudfeld has just been so steady.
So his peaks have been higher than.
Yes, that's from what I don't know how true it is. This is from what I've read that Sudfeld has been more steady and more consistent.
Yeah,
but the crazy peak plays, he has more explosive plays, and then Hooker's and it has better has some bad days that Sudfeld just hasn't had.
Yeah,
we'll see how that.
Yeah, because I expect that considering Sudfeld is a career backup quarterback, and Hooker is a guy that essentially out of college minus the injury has the potential to be a starter, but he is a rookie. This is his first real taste of a real practice. Of course, he came back towards the end of last year, so I don't know to what extent he was actually really working, but I hope that he is able to get his feet wet in the preseason game, so he'll get that as close to a feel of live NFL football as possible, because essentially you want Hooker to be that solid number 2 when it's all said and done. But that's why you keep you keep 3 quarterbacks, including probably one on the practice. What is it called? Practice team. Practice squad. Yeah, because I don't know if you keep 3 active, but you definitely hold on to 3, so that obviously, Sudfeld's played well enough to make the team. It sounds like so. And you need that insurance because Hooker is probably not ready to, not that Goff's going anywhere, and Goff, it will be healthy, and we hope that won't miss any snaps, as he hasn't missed any snaps over the last 2 years. 2 years, yeah. But yeah, I expect there to be some peaks and valleys with a rookie quarterback that sat out all of last year.
Sudfeld has nothing to lose, so there's not a lot of pressure. He's like you mentioned, he's been a career backup. He's been there. and it's like there's no pressure where Hendon Hooker has to earn his spot. So it's like from a pressure standpoint, and Sudfeld just has to go in there and do what he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I gotta see Mosley play. I want to see him play in the preseason.
Yes, that's another one.
I
Yeah, we're
want.
so deep at corner. Like you're gonna be in the third and fourth quarter, you're gonna see guys that it's like, dang, like
Mhm. Of course, I want to see Terriana Arnold play some,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
think we will. I think probably won't
yeah,
see a lot of Carlton Davis,
yeah. No,
and there's been a quiet buzz about him too, playing good coverage. But I saw on film where he had perfect coverage on JMO, and JMO, it was just a perfectly thrown ball.
yeah.
I mean, it was like, man, they are looking sharp out there, like from the clips I've seen. Like, I would love to go to a practice. I said I was gonna go to a preseason game, but those tickets, man, I can't do it.
Steep, man. They steep.
There's only one preseason game here.
And that's the kicker too. Because
Yeah.
everything is loaded up on that one, into that one game. So
And luckily for us, Foster, the game is on the 8th, and I think that's Thursday.
it's on a Thursday.
Yes, the game is on the 8th. That's
Okay.
Thursday. So
we can jump on it.
Now, mind you, there's an event on the 9th and 10th.
Right.
So this is perfect.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
This is pretty good here.
I didn't even think that through.
Yeah. And the events you don't know nothing about. This is just a inside thing with me and Foster. But have something to go to Friday and Saturday night. So, but it won't interfere with us watching this Lions game, and might do a. It depends on how the games go. We're definitely going to do a wrap up show.
So that's going to be a late. That'll be a late show, pretty late show, right?
Unless you want to do the show on Monday, it's a preseason game.
Ooh, that's a long time to. You mean get game on Thursday and recap it on Monday? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I don't have a problem with Thursday night. So after the game.
Yeah, it's not like it's a real game, so
Right.
the takeaways won't be as detailed and heartfelt as a.
We can do a brief show Thursday night after the game. It might be 15-20 minute show, and then because
might be before the game ends, because.
Yeah. But we definitely going to do a show the following Wednesday and talk about our game on the NFC North thing, and that's what's crazy about the football season is, Foster, pretty soon we'll be back to two shows a week, our own show and the NFC North show. So we expecting to do more work this year than wait, hold on, not more work, it's the same amount.
Yeah, same amount. We'll probably do our probably the same amount. We did a lot of player profiles last year. But
yeah, we did them as segments during the show. Yeah, you kind of lagging there.
What? Are you frozen?
We were doing player profiles for segments of the show. So,
right. Were we doing them during the show?
Yeah, we had a segment where we did the player of the weeks. They were segments.
Oh yeah,
we ran. What happened was in the off season we did we taped strictly those segments because we had not much. We didn't have that much football to go by.
Nothing else.
Yeah, so we kept this player profiles going along. But what I'm going to do is we're going to have those in the show, but I can definitely clip those up and drop those separately as well, to where the people, if they don't feel like watching the whole show, we'll have those segments to see who we're talking about. But when we do those player profiles, it's going to be strictly on the players that are on the team. We're not going to
Yeah,
do draft picks or potential draft picks. We're going to highlight, and there's some new people on the team. It's a lot of new people on the roster. Uh,
absolutely.
you know, that we can like. There's Davenport's DJ Reader, uh,
Davis, Art Carlton.
Carlton Davis. I mean, I would
Ne-
say can't do
never
one on
did.
Rick Shaw, or I don't know, because we did player profiles on them coming in, but
Who's the other guy? Davis.
Davis. Um, there's some new players we can do player profiles on, and players we didn't get to last year. So definitely, did we do one on Montgomery last year
Yes, we did.
and Gibbs?
And Gibbs for sure. I know for a fact we did Gibbs. That's over on Motor City Metrics.
Okay.
Yeah, we did one on Laporta. A lot of the rookies got him for sure.
Yeah. We did. We'll figure it out. But like I said, there's
Campbell.
plenty of people we can talk about.
Yeah.
People we can talk about. We didn't give the offensive line any shine.
No, I'm not good with those.
I mean, we'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out.
Well, I can't say I'm not good with them. It's definitely a different look. It's not
a
as many
numbers type thing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tangible stats. Yes.
Yeah. But what you can do is you can talk about the player, you can talk about
the impact
and any Pro Bowls or any potential Pro Bowls, how dependable they are.
Durability.
Yeah. It's a lot of things you can like. I'm sure if you wanted to do something on Penei Sewell, you could.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you got guys like Sewell, they they kind of deserve it. All pro, they deserve something, I guess.
I guess, Yeah, we didn't do anything on a kicker, because we didn't kick.
Yeah. What's the point? That's a Campbell segment.
We didn't kick. It's kind of crazy. And I'm sorry, man. I hate to bring this up, but the Pistons gonna be better this year. I'm sorry. 14-68.
Yeah, it's only right. This is what the first show was about. I actually kind of want to look back and see how optimistic we were.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to see that.
It's kind of funny. It would be kind of funny to look like, oh, look at these suckers thinking the Pistons were gonna win more than teams worth of games. What was it, 14 or something?
It was 14.
Yeah. So
and you got to remember, Foss, we were 2-1.
The logic was, I'm sure the logic. We started 2-1. That show I know was, oh, look at the Tigers trying to do something. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we were high off that. You know what? Yeah. That's the funny show to watch because I remember the first off those
games. Yeah, I remember the first two games. The first game was versus Miami, and it was a close game, we could have won.
That we kind of got cooked in. I don't know what happened, but
I think Cade had an opportunity and missed the last second shot from 3, or it was something crazy.
Something weird happened, yeah. But
but
Durham was tearing it up.
Yeah, the next 2 games were Charlotte and Chicago Bulls, which they won. And it was like we back. And I think we hit a 28.
Who was hurt going into the year? Bogey and Monte, right?
Bogey and Monte.
Yeah. I just feel like, and we'll get to it, but I just feel like top to bottom, barring any injuries, which, knock on wood.
Yeah.
We are, I feel like we're more of a complete team, top to bottom, offensively, defensively, athleticism wise. I feel like we're better equipped to combat just because when the bleeding is when you're losing 10 games and you're just looking for some glimmer of hope, it's like there was just nothing there. You had all these injured veterans. Joe Harris was hurt too for a lot of the
People who
season.
we depend upon pre in before the season started, we were happy about Joe Harris. We were happy about Bogey being here. We said we got outside shooting. We were happy. We were happy. It was some players here that this is Ivy's I'm gonna have a coming out party. Cade is back healthy. We are going to have a good season. And
we needed that veteran presence, man. We needed a steady point guard that could take care of the ball, outside shooting. We just didn't. We just
didn't get
never.
either.
Yeah, we never got that consistently.
Didn't get either.
Simone Fontecchio was who I called early on our savior. We looked really good with him. I don't even know what our record was. We probably didn't win a ton of games,
but he looked good out there. He looked good out there. He was I'm not saying he was lights out, but he was hitting that open shot.
For us in the 16 games, and this is a perfect opportunity to make a shameless plug. But if you go to Fans First Sports Network, I have an article highlighting our offseason where we talk about the re-signing of Fontecchio, the signing of Malik Beasley. Can't forget about that.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr., another veteran. And these are durable veterans. These are guys that the combination, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into the article on Fans First Sports Network. You type in Fans First FFSN and type in the Pistons. The article will come up. Between Tim Hardaway Jr., Paul Reed, Tim Hardaway Jr., Paul Reed, Malik Beasley. Is it just the three of them?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, between the three of them, they combined for an average of 80 games played last year. And Paul Reed played in all 82 games.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
80, an average of 80. That's crazy.
You know what would be even crazier? What if Paul Reed comes in and earns that number 4 starting spot?
Bro, I know you want that, but that's not, I don't know
it's
why.
Not going to happen. But
why would you want that? Because you want that rim protection, right?
Yeah.
But wouldn't you rather have more outside shooting? I can't see, but you want Harris at the 3, which I think that at this stage of his career, he's probably better suited at the 4.
Probably. I was thinking, I forgot about Harris, but I was thinking more like Fontecchio at the 3.
At the 3.
Yeah.
But Harris isn't coming off the bench. That's just not
No.
But I forgot Harris. I don't even think I mentioned Harris. Did I mention Harris as a free agent? It's so weird because it's like Harris was already here, or he was already here, but it seems like he was already home in my brain. I didn't even mention that Tobias Harris was an acquisition.
I'm not gonna lie. When they let him go, I was like, why?
For Blake Griffin?
Yeah.
Shit, because it's Blake Griffin.
He didn't.
That's the last time. That's the last time we went to the playoffs.
He wasn't it for me when he got here. I'm sorry.
I'll say not after that initial year, but I don't know. Tobias Harris went on to make a lot of money, but was he really an impact player? Was he ever a star? Has he ever been to an All-Star game?
No, I'm just saying initially. I'm not saying I was mad he was gone. I was mad.
I was at peace when we got Blake Griffin, knowing that. Like, as much as I thought that Tobias Harris was solid, I was at peace with going and getting a star because we needed it.
But you know what made me think differently about Blake Griffin when they made the acquisition, when they made the transaction, he started crying. They said that they was going to make me a Clipper for life. He was hurt.
Oh, was he? I see. I don't know. Okay.
And it made me be like, come on, bro.
He wanted to be. Can you be mad at him for wanting to be a Clipper for life?
No, but I can be mad at him for displaying that.
Hey, that was the genuine feeling, I guess.
Man, be genuine at home. Bring your ass here.
That's not genuine.
Nah, bro, this is a business, man. Don't nobody owe you anything.
Yeah, I don't think that he necessarily thought that they owed him anything, but that's just the way he. I mean, how do they not? I don't know.
But
I get it.
he was genuinely hurt.
I don't know if keeping. Well,
But I'm just saying,
a
like,
human being can be hurt.
I mean, I just imagine you as a sports fan and you acquire somebody that you admire, but they're disappointed that they're coming to the Pistons and not staying with it.
I don't think that was a knock. I don't think that was a knock against the Pistons. That was more.
Hadn't had nothing to do with a knock. I'm just saying, from my perspective, it's like he doesn't want to be here. I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah.
I always want somebody that wants to be here.
I honestly think he left it on the court. I know
he couldn't dunk this second year he was here, Foster. Then he went to Brooklyn and was dunking like crazy.
I think we play up to that a little bit more. It was kind of like, hi, he can dunk now. We get it. But I mean, you see what happened the next year. He was out of the league. So, maybe he left 10% in the tank for when he goes for when he got to a winning team, but essentially he was done when he got to
and that's another thing. Is like by the time we got him, it was
towards the end.
Same thing with Weber. Same thing with.
But once again, that's not his fault, though.
No, it's not his fault. I'm not pointing blame. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm not saying it's his fault that he got here late. I'm just saying we acquired him late in his career.
Yeah, which we
tend to do that.
We tend to do that because they're not coming here via free agency, which is why you gotta draft well. You gotta stack your assets. You gotta
You got Tracy McGrady when he was at the end of his rope.
Yeah, Allen Iverson too.
I said Iverson.
Oh, did you say Iverson? Yeah.
Chris Webber.
I mean, you got to draft well. You got to stack your assets. You got to make trades and strike while the iron is hot. We actually have a lot of we are ranked in the top 5, number 5 or number 4, either 4 or 5 as far as NBA teams with the most tradable assets. I mean, you got Tim Hardaway on an expiring deal. You got Malik Beasley making $8 million. You got Fontecchio making like what, 6 or something? 8, he's making 8. These are all easily moved contracts.
And I thought Malik signed a $6 million deal. I could be wrong.
No, yeah, maybe it was. Maybe I got it switched up between Fontecchio.
Yeah.
And
he got Fontecchio for 8. I remember them saying what a sweet deal that was.
Yeah, that was a good deal. That we were looking at 10 to 12, or maybe I don't know what it was, but yeah, we have a ton of tradable assets. We got some young players waiting in the wings that may or may not be a little bit more ready than we thought. But you got Ivy, who isn't making that much money right now and has an opportunity to boost his trade value. You got Stewart, who's on a pretty friendly deal. Even Duren. So, if we are able to put things together early in the year and we are ready to buy at the trade deadline, there's the opportunities are endless with the opportunity to make moves. So I'm excited. I don't care what Milwaukee Bucks or New York Knicks fans on my timeline have to say. Cheatham, what is Cheatham? A Celtics fan?
He's a Celtic.
We got Laker fans. We got friends that are Laker fans. We got all type of garbage.
Zeke's a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Joey's a Lakers fan.
Joe,
I don't know what Mitch is.
I don't think he knows. He knows basketball.
He knows basketball.
Yeah, I think he's just a basketball fan. But so yeah, I'm optimistic that we had the opportunity to make some noise. I think a lot of it leans on Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey and the progression of Duren. That is it.
Mm.
Because if he can protect the rim the way he presents physically, that's going to open up a lot of things for him. He's still really young. He showed flashes of it last year. He admittedly was not putting forth, wasn't putting forth 100%. Feel like he had an interview. No, maybe it wasn't him specifically he talked about, but he said that as a team, we're not putting forth the effort. We all know Isaiah Stewart is going to do that. That's one of the things, and I'm going on a little bit of a rant, but I'm most excited about Stewart being at a position to where he can play the first big man off the bench. He's not going to be asked to, score a ton of points, but to see if he continues to improve. He was a vastly better improved outside shooter on higher volume, and that some of that pressure is taken off of him. He can now just go and get rebounds, play tough defense. He's still one of the better interior defenders, certainly on the team, but I think statistically he ranks pretty high overall. So there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of glimmers of hope. We got improved outside shooting. We got full year Fontecchio, Hardaway, Beasley. Beasley is a sharpshooter, and he's on our team.
Yeah. So, remember last year though, we Burke went on a brick streak where he couldn't hit the side of a barn. It was just, and it was like during that long losing streak, like he couldn't buy a bucket. It was bad. It was bad. We got better shooting this year though.
He was streaky. He was really bad for a while, but he had some like 30-point games.
But he snapped out of it. I think
he was another vet that missed a good chunk of games in the midst of the he had that bad toe or something. I was like, Jesus, these guys are
brittle.
Man. To put it lightly, they were brittle.
Pretty brittle. I'm just looking forward to a better season. It's freaking August already, and I think basketball season starts in like October, right?
Yeah, the actual season starts in October. Maybe preseason. I think it starts in middle of the October. So it's actually quite the gap, to be honest.
Yeah, but if you think about it, man, the summer's almost over. It's August 1st. Summer's over, just about. Kids will be going back to school in about 3-4 weeks. And so,
surely.
And football season is upon us, starting tonight.
Yeah, it's here.
And while we're enjoying football, basketball season just starts to appear, and we'll get preseason basketball in the mix, and then we'll start talking about games full fledged. So it's not far. Like the dog days of summer is almost over. As far as sports is concerned, I generally like the summer, but it's just kind of dry without basketball, football. Just to be honest, I do like baseball, but it's just not the same without basketball, football going on. So, well, I want to thank everyone that has tuned in and took the time to check us out. We just did an impromptu show. We want to wish ourselves a happy anniversary on our sports podcast, Bleachers to Speakers post-game podcast, and subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. Make sure that you go to any of your what's the word? Any of your podcast aggregators. Any of your podcast platforms, and those are platforms like Spotify, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and type in Bleachers to Speakers FFSN in the search. You can also type in Post Game Podcast in the search. And what you want to do is you want to follow us both on both of those, and make sure that notification bell is lit. So whenever we drop, you'll get a notification. Download those episodes They don't take up any space whatsoever. Download them. You can erase them later, but check us out. We got more stuff coming. The football season is upon us. Basketball will be here. We don't have to imagine how the season's going to go because we'll be talking about it every step of the way. Foster, do you have any last words before we get out of here?
The Tigers are really going to give me a run for my money for the rest of the year. I'm thinking post All-Star break. I mean post trade deadline. But I guess tune in to Corner to Copa to hear me labor through the rest of this season.
Do they play tonight?
They're playing right now. They started off really rough, but it's only 3-1 currently. So
yeah, they haven't won a game outside since the All-Star break, right?
Dang, how did we start the All-Star? I don't know.
I know they lost the last 3. Right?
I think in the last 10 we're 3-7. I think.
Yeah, got to do better.
So that may date back before the All-Star game because that was only about a week and some change ago. So
we'll hope the Tigers do better, man, and I hope you ain't got the.
Oh, and I have a new article. On as far as the Tigers is concerned too. I dropped 2 back to back.
Okay.
And it is highlighting the players, the young players to keep an eye on for the remainder of the Tiger season, with us now kind of, selling at the trade deadline and kind of tanking the season. Just some players to keep your eye on, looking towards the future.
Okay.
So just type in FFSN Detroit Tigers, and it's the first article that came up. It dropped today.
All right. I mean, we're tired, man.
That's your boy.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, man. Maybe one day you guys will get to see who Ty is. Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna call him right now. I'm not asking him about that, but I'm just because I haven't talked to him.
Tell him we just did a show, though. Tell him that.
Oh, he should know because I know one of my best friends is subbed to the show. I just know that. See, I'm getting off.
Yeah,
but it's time to get off.
Bye.
Bye.